timing, pump gas versus 110 on either 602 or 604.
Usually, I mean...
Well, first let me stop you. How should I really ask that question? Timing settings or...
Ignition timing, I assume
ignition timing, okay.
I assume that's what they're asking.
Okay.
Ignition timing, normally, on either a 602 or a 604, 34 degrees is always safe. You can run either one at 34 degrees, and you're, like I said, 100% safe. No matter what fuel you're running, whether it's 93 pump gas, or whether it's 110, or E85, or methanol, or whatever. If you have the opportunity to get on a dyno engine, either an engine dyno or a chassis dyno, I would definitely play with timing because there are some gains that can be made. For instance, I did an engine for Bloomquist 2 years ago, and we dynoed literally on Thanksgiving Day. And
I was so pissed.
Right?
I was so pissed. My turkey got ruined.
So we literally dynoed on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, the weather was perfect, so it was like, I don't even remember. I mean, it was like great. It was like probably 55 degrees out. We should be making great power in the dyno room on our chassis dyno. And we started off at 34 degrees. We bumped it to 36 and we lost. So as soon as you see a loss, go back to what you know. So we ended up back at 34 degrees. Now, the next week, we dynoed another guy, and we ended up at 38 degrees on his. So, I don't know why. I can't explain it, because, I mean, technically the combustion chamber is the same, compression ratio is the same, but one guy's engine liked 36, the other guy's liked, or Bloomquist liked 34. So, I can't tell you why. I mean, it's like a big mystery to me still to this day. My own kid on the E85 we've got him on, which is XE85 VP, he's running like 38.
So basically,
where his peak power is at.
Basically, engines are like women.
But
they're finicky, and you can't figure them out.
Well, exactly. 100% like women. Yeah, might as well call it a freaking woman. Because, yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're going to get until, you know, you actually test it out. So, I mean,
oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, but always 34 is safe. So
yeah.
If you don't have access to that, or you can't afford to go to a dyno or a chassis dyno or an engine dyno, then 34 is always safe. And when I'm talking peak power, I'm not talking, 20 horsepower or foot-pounds of torque difference. I'm talking, 5 or 7 or something like that. I'm talking like it's very little. I mean, if you're looking for the peak of what you can possibly get, then that's when you need to start playing. But 34 is always safe. And in my experience, in the past, it's always produced usually the peak power.
Now, I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is that, okay, if you're going to start messing with timing on a chassis dyno, should you already have everything dialed in, is like, get it to like what you think is the absolute best with your, with all of your other settings and stuff,
well,
and then you start dinking with that last?
Well,
or do you start with that?
No, I mean, ignition timing has a lot to do with what your air-fuel ratio is as well. So usually, I mean, generally, rule of thumb is the richer the engine is, the more timing it likes. Because it's got to burn that fuel.
Okay.
So you dump more fuel, you got to have more timing to burn that fuel to make power. So it's kind of a process when you're kind of like jumping back and forth.
Okay.
As you're actually trying to make these increases and make these gains. So it's kind of a deal.